morning, everybody. This is, of course, yours truly, Light Liger here, and today we're going to be focusing on these brand new DeFi Dapps, which just keep pouring in on a day by day. Everybody seems to be cloning the XYZ swap sites and farms and vaults and you name it. Everybody wants to cash in onto the hype, and because of that, there's going to be a lot of scams, guys. There's going to be a lot of rug pulls, so be very careful on where you put your money into. Expect audits. That's what I always say. If the project doesn't have an audit, it's a very, very risky endeavor. So today we're going to be going again across multiple different chains, looking out some new interesting DeFi applications from A to C. And obviously, if people are finding new dApps on some obscure chains, I'm always very interested looking at them and maybe doing even a video on them. And there's so many things which don't really get a lot of exposure, and that's what I've done a lot in the channel, talk about, you know, platforms which don't really get that love because everybody is talking about Binance Smart Chain as of right now, alongside with Ethereum. So yeah, but let's get started without further ado. So one of the first interesting things we have here is NFT Box, which is on Binance Smart Chain. I mean, you probably guessed it from the actual logos. And they do have a bit of an airdrop here where you might be eligible for one of these NFT boxes. You're going to be paying the gas fees, going to be a couple of cents there and there. And I got one of these, and you can actually stake these NFTs and mine through that, which is a very interesting model, I have to say. And I already have the NFT staked here, but apparently it's not showing up. I don't know what's going on, but whatever. And basically there's two different NFT like series. You have Kingdoms, which is from Three Kingdoms. And then you have this Onmyoji stuff, which stands for, it's like an exorcist in Japanese culture. They also have a referral tab, which don't seem to be working as of right now. They have this sort of NFT auctions for a lot of these cards here as well, these NFTs which you get from the boxes. There's going to be also auctions for the boxes themselves. The arts are very highly detailed, look very nice and pretty, I have to say. And it seems that there is a unique artist behind them, and that's kind of interesting, I have to say. So I'm not sure how much of these have been sold. People are putting quite bullish prices on them, and it's interesting. There's also actual roadmap here, which goes into a lot of stuff. But this is definitely one of those DeFi applications to at least look into. It's gained a bit of a popularity as of already, and it seemed to have a bit of a big Chinese audience as of right now. So the NFT space is just growing and starting on the Binance Smart Chain, and it's going to be growing the ecosystem very, very much in the upcoming days and weeks, I think. But let's move on. We have another Binance Smart Chain swapping site. This one is Viking Swap, very new, very early to get in, currently $68. It has a very low supply of 280K. It's kind of trying to be like the Goose Finance of sorts. And reason why it made it to the video, because it has an actual audit by Hacken. And I do want to mention that not all of these websites mentioned on this video have actual audits, so there might be dangers involved participating on these things. And they have this sort of armor here right now where you deposit certain token. There's going to be a deposit fee, remember that, and you will be earning Viking by doing so. So we have the Goose here, Tether, Bitcoin, and Binance US dollar, and a couple of others here as well. It could be like the next one to be very big, but these are very trendy types of coins, and it remains to be seen which one will come out at the top. This whole deposit model that's being used has been, I guess, prolonging the existence of the farming projects and everything. But remember, these are tokenomics projects in the end of the day, and there's always risks when it comes to that. But let's move on. We have also another Binance dApp, and this is the Function Island, which I already mentioned on my dividend video. There's going to be an individual video mentioned on this one. Function Island is hourglass contract, a proof of weak hands, pretty simple model. You basically buy and sell tokens, and every time somebody buys or sells, it moves up the value in one way or another, basically. And over time, the tokens will increase more in value as more Binance coins are put into the contract balance. Now, every time somebody sells or buys within the contract, you will be getting dividends. And I've been getting quite a lot of them in the last 2 days, which is the time that it's been basically up. Kind of bad release because it kind of came out in the eve of this massive, dump in the markets, which obviously scared some of the people and they ended up leaving from the contract. But it's something that is kind of like, stay and hold there. And usually when the prices are really low, you might want to compound your interest into the actual tokens, which you can then sell on the market. And they also have a referral program in case you're interested. Now, moving on to another chain, we have Solana, which is something that I'm very bullish on. Solana might be the very, very dark horse right now, and I wish I could have looked more into their technology a bit before I started to, I bought kind of like not really high. So I really gained from this recent bull run, but I should have bought it much more sooner. But you only have so much time to look into these stuff. And Orca is built on top of the Serum DEX, so they basically allow people to do their own portals. I might do my own, actually, but remains to be seen if I find a developer who will be interested. But basically, the Orca is like a swap. You have to use a Solid extension, and you can swap Sol into USDT, Ethereum, Ray, which is another token, is another DEX, and we're probably going to be having an individual video coming out at some point on these Solana stuff. And there's a contest where you will be getting NFTs if you're among the 10,000 first people to trade here. Might still be a time for that, and also the top 50 liquidity providers will also be getting an NFT here. And I think you're going to be seeing the actual pools here. Let me log in very quickly. And the Solid wallet is the one that I use here. Easy to do. And basically, I already have moved a bit of my Sol here and bought a bit of a Ray, so I would be eligible for the NFT drop. But Solana, guys, it's kind of like Cardano. It's very solid. Stuff behind it, very high TPS. The transaction costs are ridiculously low, and there's going to be more dApps on Solana, which I'm hoping to cover on the channel very, very soon. Now, but let's move on. We also can't forget Ethereum, even though I've already expressed my, problems with the chain, but people are still doing and building on Ethereum despite these huge gas fees. And there's this thing called shared stake org, which is basically staking your Ethereum on Ethereum 2. As you know, Ethereum 2 is on the Beacon chain, so it's not actually happening on the Ethereum's mainnet right now. And basically, this is sort of like a liquidity mining, which will also give you governance tokens and like APY on the Ethereum. Kind of interesting model. No audit, it seems, on the actual platform, so bit of risky, but it's a partner up with SnowSwap, which is also slightly prominent DeFi application on the Ethereum space. But this is something that does take a bit of a time to look into, and the Ethereum 2 staking is something that is very expensive because it requires 32 Ethereum, and there's going to be a lot of these smaller pools where people can chip in and participate on that staking through this. But let's move on once again. We have Rubik. And Rubik is cross-chain, sort of Biz is loving this coin. So a lot of posts about Rubik on Biz. And basically it's just a swapping site for multiple chains. You have Matic here, and you have Binance Smart Chain, you have Ethereum. I'm going to give them very much praise for this layout. It's very beautiful, very clean looking, and so clear. This is what we need, more space, not some fucking Windows Millennium Edition UIs trying to be hipster and all that shit. Those are not very nice to look at for long term. Now, I like here, there's you can have order books here, so you can offer this much for that much. So, and obviously 3 different chains here, which is kind of nice. There's a lot of other things about Rubik which they're doing. the Rubik Finance. So it's not just this what they have. Obviously building something on Tron as well. And they have built on the MyWish platform, which is this sort of a platform where you can like buy smart contracts and buy smart contract services, create your tokens, airdrops, liquidity pools are coming soon. And the trade platform is just the latest product that they have basically come out with. And who knows, they might be doing Waves and Neo next, and maybe OKX chain. Or is it OK chain? Now maybe, yeah, whatever. But might be a good investment too. So Rubik might be pumped or topped already. And then let's get into our last two things we have here on XDai chain. Gotta keep the chains diverse, obviously. So Zion Finance, which is basically earning interest with your DAI. And basically you deposit DAI into the platform and you will be getting a certain amount of monthly returns based on this. And as of right now, there's not really many these sort of a compound type of platforms on XDai. So this seems to be a very, very good lucrative way to earn on that DAI that you keep holding. And as you know, XDai has so low fees. So APY of 58%, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. And you can also apparently buy XDai. I don't know what this is using. This is using MetaMask. Okay. And it's an interesting project. Another one that is recently released on XDai. There's also farms on their site where you can probably participate on with XGT, which is their own native token. And then they seem to have shop. Let's see, what's that about? Is that a merch store or what exactly? Oh, let's see, it's loading still. Okay, so this is cashback rewards. Okay, so you can, I guess, buy some type of you know, like stuff like PS5, and you get like a dash. It's going through some type of filter and you get a cashback on it. That is pretty cool, actually. Have to look in more into this later on. And also, lastly, I want to talk about Unicrypt. Might be doing and working with them very soon on some type of a video series. And they have recently migrated into Honeyswap. Sorry, on XDai chain, and they're going to be having their own yield farming stuff on Honey Farms, so stay tuned for that. I think they're releasing in a week or so. And basically, if people are familiar with Unicrypt, you're gonna have like ILOs, which are initial liquidity offerings. You have also pools where people can lock in their stuff. Basically, you know, Surf, for example, has used this service. And there's a lot of different tokens obviously here as well, which you can find statistics for. And Unicrypt is just one of the latest to translate, you know, migrate into XDai, and I'm very looking forward to covering it more in detail in a future video. But that pretty much covers up the DeFi applications that I have to share with you guys today. Obviously, do your own research and be wary of the risks involved with them. And obviously, I'm taking recommendations in the description down below. Don't include links because you might get spam filtered, so the messages don't come through. But there are a lot of cool things going on in DeFi space, a lot of new dApps coming on all of these smart chains, and it's very interesting, very exciting to me, and I'm looking more, obviously seeing new stuff, not just clones and stuff like that. But yeah, more things to come. Stay tuned by subscribing, liking, sharing, etc. Follow me on Twitter, and I will be seeing you guys next time on the next video. Cheers.